Good afternoon and welcome to Ask the Farmer. I got a lot of questions to answer and we're very new at this, so I'm going to try and answer some or one now and do some more later. A very interesting question I've been asked is, why did I convert to organic when other farmers were going the other way and being more and more commercial? Well, there's lots of stories about chemical use and hedgerows being pushed out that I could tell you about, orchards going missing, all sorts of things I could tell you about, but there was one in particular moment that made me think about it. Was we planted the bank behind us in grass, me and my dad, and the chemical companies and the seed companies said, oh, you must protect that by spraying for fruit fly. Well, Dad was 60 at the time, I expect, and I'd never heard of fruit fly, never had trouble planting grass seed fruit fly, and I'd never heard of it with my college time and my working on the farm. So we got in an expert to advise us, and he took soil samples and said we had no problem with fruit fly. So this was hundreds of pounds of chemical they wanted us to use to protect against fruit fly. I said to the expert, I said, why is that come about now that they're worrying about fruit fly and Dad has never heard of it? And he said that because the hedgerows were going missing, because the use of so much chemical was killing the wasps. The wasps eat the fruit fly, and they had started losing grass and corn crops with fruit fly. Any grass plant was being eaten from the bottom up by the fruit fly larvae. And I couldn't help thinking, are we going the right way when we've taken out the wasp, and then the wasp has stopped taking out the fruit fly, and the fruit fly has started killing the crop, and we go spray with something else to kill the fruit fly. And part of me thought, I don't like what we're doing. Commercially, we were doing 800 ewes at this time, and we had a commercial sheep flock, and it made money. A lot of fertilizer, a lot of sprays, it earned us money. But I lost my father in 1998, and my mum started losing her memory. So mum stopped doing paperwork and father stopped doing what he'd done, marketing, buying, all that, and it was all too much for me to do. And so I started cutting the chemical use because that was jobs I didn't want to do, and I wasn't really keen on. And then so I had less chemicals to order, less chemicals to put on the ground. And one day I said to myself, well, we're more or less organic, so we'll go with the whole hog and do it properly and get a certificate. And since then I've gone to planting more hedgerows for the wildlife, for the wasps to live in, and keeping more variety of animals, where we went from mainly being 800 ewes producing lamb. We now got 100 ewes producing lamb. We got 25 cows producing calves. We've got the pigs and the ducks, the geese and the chickens. We grow a lot of the feed for the animals. My ambition is to grow all the feed for the animals, but sometimes that doesn't work out according to weather and different things. And we grow vegetables for the shop. And so it's I just like that. It's more like a farm like I grew up on as a youngster, where you've got a proper mixed farm.